Hello, my name is Roxanne and I've been working with iTutorGroup now for more than 3 years. I am a recruiter and interviewer, which is why I'm making this video today. I want to share with you a little bit about the interview. Our interview is quite short, it's 15 minutes and it's in 2 parts. The first part has to do with just getting to know you, giving you an opportunity to speak about your background and your teaching experience if you have any. And the second part will be your mock session. This is where you will be teaching me. I will portray your student. And of course, we provide the material for you ahead of time so you can prepare. And I also provide some coaching if you need it. Once your interview is over, I will give you some feedback. Definitely, we'll chat a little bit before we say goodbye. And you will hear from my tutor group between 24 and 48 hours. If you are hired, you will be able to keep in touch with me and I will be again able to help you and continue with this hiring process. And even when you start your first classes, you will be able to contact me and I will be able to assist you as much as I can. So let's get to know a little bit more about this interview process and what do you need to know. So the first thing we are going to look at in the interview and the mock session is the overall presentation. We are expecting you to look professional, to have a quiet environment, and to have good lighting in the class, in your environment, and to have a strong internet connection. If it keeps disconnecting in the class when we have our interview, it doesn't really reflect well on you, because we are looking for teachers that have a strong internet connection. You know, having a class with this kind of problem will not get you hired for sure. So that is very, very important. We are not expecting you to have a red polo or the iTutorGroup logo. No, that's not necessary. You can have your interview with just a plain background. That's fine. The other thing that I often get questions for is about us hiring native and non-native speakers. Yes, we do hire non-native speakers. However, we want you to have a clear English accent and we want you to speak grammatically correctly also. So this is something we're going to be looking at as well throughout the interview. Now don't forget, I am not the only one looking at the interview. I do play an important role in the interview, but there are other people also that will assess this interview. So now what else are we looking for? Well, here are a few more things. So now you're ready for your mock session. What are we going to look at? We're looking, of course, at the way you teach. Now, when you start the mock session, you will start from the very beginning of a real class. So you will introduce yourself. So here are some things you can prepare in advance. We teach very low-level students, so sometimes it's good to have your name written on a piece of paper. So when you introduce, my name is Roxanne. And the other thing is when you ask your student, what is your name? What is your name? Sometimes they might not understand it and you might need to demonstrate a little bit more. So that's when you can use a little puppet. Now you can use whatever you want, but having this in your interview is great because it shows that you are really interested in teaching with iTutorGroup and it's something you want to pursue. So you could ask your puppet, what's your name?
My name is Momo. My name is Momo.
Hello, Momo. Now, what's your name? And this is helping a low-level student understand what is expected from them. So you've introduced yourself and now you will be teaching one page. And let's say you are teaching mom, dad, and you will also have 2 short sentences to teach. So for example, she is my mom or he is my dad. So how do you go about teaching this? Of course, you can have little flashcards that shows mom, dad, or a family. That's great too. You might want to just start off by drawing just simple pictures on a piece of paper. She, he, and this way, that's a great way to start. She he. And after, you could ask the student to circle. Can you circle she? And show them this. Show the student, which is me. Circle she. Yes. And when you teach the sentence, for example, if the sentence is she is my mom, you want to use your hand, your fingers to teach this. She is my mom. And you want to then separate these words slowly so your student can repeat after you. She, very good. She is my mom. Very good. Now let's say I repeat incorrectly, or your student repeats incorrectly. What would you do in a real situation? Would you say, no, you did wrong? Not necessarily. You are probably going to just repeat the sentence and emphasize where there was a mistake. So if the student says, she is mom, then you can say, she is my mom. She is my mom. Well done. So that's the other thing we're looking at, is how you commend your student. Do you tell them that they did great, they did well? And how do you do that? You could use it in different ways. It could be, well done, you get a heart. Well done, you get an ice cream. So these are props that are very easy for you to prepare at home before you have the interview. So you probably also noticed how slowly I spoke, and maybe you noticed as well, I didn't say, today we're going to learn mom and dad, or today we're going to learn about the family. These are not necessary when we teach low-level students, and this is what we would love for you to do in the interview. So now, what else are we looking for? Well, let me continue a little bit more. So we want to see your personality in the interview. If you're creative, go ahead, show how creative you are. We want you to be friendly in the class, because of course we want friendly teachers in our classes, and we want friendly teachers for our students, teachers that can smile easily and can be creative and fun and also have energy in the class. With iTutorGroup, you can teach adults and children. And that's important for you to know. Why? Let's say you are only interested in teaching adults. You will need to tell me right away so I can tell the head office that you are a candidate for teaching only adults. And there will be also a specific page that you can use in your mock session for teaching adults. Let's say you don't mind, you want to teach both, that's great. In the interview, I will also give you the choice. Do you want to teach adults or juniors for your mock sessions? And it's up to you to do the mock session according to what you prefer. So these are my tips for you for the interview. If you are interested in applying with iTutorGroup, there is a link below, and I'm looking forward to meet you. If you have other questions about iTutorGroup, please reach out to me. Bye.